Hi guys, we hope you are enjoying our videos, and today we are super excited because we're going to be talking all about the lashes, about the length, curl and thickness. You don't want to go out there and buy every single lashes and then never use them again. So we're going to be telling you which are the most popular in the industry and everything you should know about them. So my name is Mirka and I am the founder of Beauty by Mirka. So let's get started. Before we start, I want to apologize that there is going to be reflection from the garden on the whiteboard. We just put it up and I just realized that you can see a bit of the garden, so I'm really sorry. Hopefully it's not going to distract you too much, but yeah, I'm gonna try to put the whiteboard somewhere else next time. Okay, so let's talk about curls. There are so many different curls out there in the industry, and I probably don't know all the curls because there is always something new on the market. I'm just gonna be telling you what are the most used in the industry. So let's get started with the curl. So the most common what they've been used would be J, B, C, D. Now, I know many people have been using the M, L, they are A as well, LL, there is a CC curl, there is DD curl. Now, I want you to know the difference between them and then you can decide which one is going to be suitable for your client. So the J curl, it's quite straight. B curl is slightly curlier. Okay, C curl it's more curlier than B curl. And D curl it's really curly. They call them like the Kardashian look because it's really nice and curly. Now, how you're gonna decide which one is gonna be suitable for your client? So let's just imagine that your client has got straight lashes and she would like quite curly lashes. So let's imagine this is your client. So that's her eyelid and that's her natural eyelash. So if this is her lash and then she says she wants them really curly, what's gonna happen if you're gonna apply the curl onto her natural lash? So I'm just gonna change the pen. Okay, so you're gonna get that. So if someone's got straight lashes, you try to choose something very similar to her natural lashes. So I would probably go for a more natural look. I would go for J curl. So it would actually sit nicely like that. Okay, like that. Now, if she wants them more curlier, then you can choose, for example, B curl, because that would give her a little bit of lift, what she wanted. You can possibly go with the C curl as well, which is gonna be fine, but I wouldn't be choosing for really straight lashes. I wouldn't be choosing D curl because we want maximum coverage here as well. We want 100% bonding, which is gonna be here. Okay, that's where we want the glue to be bonded. So now, as you know, the lash should be applied 1 millimeter away from her eyelid. So the eyelash should never touch the eyelid. Now, for you to understand again about the curls, I would say for straight lashes, I would be choosing J, B, and maybe C curl. That's for straight lashes. Okay, I personally think that the most popular in the industry is the C curl. Around 90% of the people would choose the C curl, although many people are choosing CCs. I've seen many M's at the moment. It's really popular. D, I would choose for someone who's got naturally curly lashes. Okay, so I would choose D. Also, like I said, most in the industry you would have clients suitable for a C curl. So I would be mixing, probably for this client, I would be mixing C curl with the D curl. D curl you can put in the outer corner so it stands out a little bit more. If you are mixing lashes for your client, what you can do is to create in the inner corner, You can create with the B curl, you can do the short lashes at the front, because if she opens her eyes, you don't want the really curly lashes to tickle her eyelid. Okay, so you can choose slightly straighter curl in the inner corner. Then you can continue with your C curl if she's naturally C, and then you can finish it off in the outer corner with the D curl. That's how you can mix your curls. But when it comes, if you just want to buy one pack, I think you would be pretty much safe with the C curl. That is the most used in the industry. Okay, so let's talk about the length. So again, there is so many different lengths. I think the shortest one, what we've got is 4 millimeter. And the longest one we've had was 17 millimeter. Now, as you know from my previous video, the average lash, average natural lash, it's 10 millimeter long. Okay, so that's average lash. It's 10 millimeter long. So if someone's got 10 millimeter long lash, we want to try to do something slightly longer than her natural eyelash if she wants lashes to be quite visible. But we don't want to go extremely long, okay, because that's just going to be too heavy for her natural eyelashes. So we should always go only either 2 millimeter longer or around 1/3 millimeter longer. Now, if you're talking about a 10 millimeter length on the average lash, the 1/3 would be around 3 millimeter longer than the average lash. So I would go probably longer, 2 to 3 millimeter longer than the natural lash. So like this, it's gonna last her longer and they're gonna look quite nice for the whole 3 to 4 weeks instead of them being too heavy and too long for the natural lash. Like that, they're gonna start weighing the natural lash down and they're gonna start twisting as well if they are too long. Okay, so why are we talking about the really short lashes in here if the average lash is 10 millimeter long? So I'm going to show you example why do we need shorter lashes. So every single person has got different length of the lashes. So in the inner corner, when you're doing your mascara, you probably notice that in the inner corner, you've got really short lashes, and then most of the people right in the middle, they got the longest natural lash. Some people are really lucky, they got really long lashes in the outer corner, but on the average, the middle part is the longest. So this is how the eye looks like. That's the inner corner, that's the outer corner. And you've got short lashes in here, then you've got slightly longer. In the middle, you've got the longest one, and then you go slightly shorter, and the outer corner would be short again. So you go small, medium, large, medium, and small again in the outer corner. So when we're doing eyelash extensions, we try to do something very similar to her natural lashes, unless she says something different. Unless she says she wants more like a cat eye, which is longer in the outer corner. But you always should start with the short lashes in the inner corner. So if we're talking about the natural length, which is 10 right in the middle in the length, you want to try to do slightly shorter in the inner corner. So what we can do a little mapping, and we can split those parts into quite a few different parts. So you can start with 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can go slightly higher. You can do 11 in here, or even 12, whatever you want to decide. And then you can go slightly lower for 10 and 11 in the outer corner. So that's why people invented shorter lashes as well, because they will be really, really handy in the inner corner. Now, I always recommend for our students to skip the first couple of lashes in the outer corner, because they are just too fragile to hold the natural eyelash extensions. They are really, really fine. So I always say to our clients, just keep a couple of at the front. I'm not saying to start somewhere right in the middle, but really we're talking probably about first couple of lashes. And then also I would recommend to skip a couple of lashes in the outer corner as well, because if someone's eye, it's quite long and you go all the way in with the extensions, this eye is going to look dropped instead of lifted. So we always recommend just to skip last couple in the outer corner as well. Now, when we're talking about the thickness again, there is so many different thicknesses. So if I write thickness in here, okay, so we've got, I think the thinnest we've had was 0.03 in a thickness, and the thickest I've seen was 0.30. Okay, so average person has got natural lash around 0.10 millimeter thick. So that's the average lash, around 10 millimeter thick. So why have they designed slightly thinner lashes? Because obviously it doesn't make sense for you probably in the head. Why would you want to apply thinner lash onto your client's eyes if her natural average lash, if her natural lash is 0.10 millimeter in thickness? Now all those 0.03, 0.04, 5, 6, 7, okay, all of those, these are gonna be for your Russian volume. Okay, Russian volume. Now, I don't want to confuse you with Russian volume, but I know everyone is talking about the Russian volume. The reason why they invented those is because we're going to apply Russian volume in fan, okay? So you're going to create fan when you want to apply those extensions onto your client's eyes. But the individual, we're using only one, so we always want to start with something similar thickness to your to the natural lash. Okay, so if your client has got 0.10 millimeter thick lashes, if she wants them quite natural, I would go slightly thicker. So we're talking probably about 0.12 millimeter in thickness. If she wants them quite glam, you can use slightly thicker, which might be 0.15. Okay, because if you were using 0.12, you might need to apply, let's say, I don't know, 120 lashes for your client. But if you are using slightly thicker, if she does want a glam look, then you can apply, let's say, 80 lashes of the 0.15 to create something very similar look what you would with 0.12s. Okay, so you saving yourself product and time. Now, some people already start with slightly thicker lashes as well. So she might come to you and her natural lash would be thicker, for example, 0.15 millimeter in thickness. In this case, obviously you don't want to start with the thinner lashes. It's not point because she wants to see some difference. So if she wants quite natural look, you can do 0.18 for her. And if she wants some glam look, what you can do, you can also use 0.20, but only if you've got flat lashes. Now, I have made a video of flat lashes, so if you want to have a look through our videos, the video is really helpful. But just a very quick one, 0.20 in a thickness. So many people might be thinking, oh my god, that's just super thick. Now, if you've got flat lash looks like that. Okay, so this is the base, and this is the actual lash. That's your flat lash. 0.20 in a flat lash will feel as heavy as 0.12 in a normal lash. Okay, so even though we are talking about 0.20, it is not as thick if you are using flat lashes. But the normal eyelash under the microscope, looks like that. Okay, so that 0.20 would feel like 0.20, but the flat one would feel much lighter. Many people like to be using flat lashes anyway, even for slightly thinner thickness, because if you are putting extension onto your natural lash, so if this is the root of the natural lash, okay, so this is the natural lash and this is the extension, so we're just gonna place them on top of each other. That's how it's going to look like. But if you've got flat lashes, this is how it's going to look like with the flat lash. Okay, so this is your natural lash and this is the flat lashes. So this part here, your natural lash sits slightly better, your extension, the flat lash, sits slightly better than the normal extension. Now I'm going to be showing you what you can do in a case if your client comes to you and she's got slightly bigger gap in between the lashes. I'm going to be showing you how you can cover that gap. So again, we're going to create her eyelid, and then we've got her natural lashes here, and then just imagine she's got gap in between here, and then her natural lashes continue. So what you can do, you can just grab an extension and just place one extension in here, another extension in here, and then you're gonna take another extension and you're just gonna place it that way and another extension that way. So like this, you can cover her gap. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, don't be afraid to be mixing lengths, curls and thickness. So I'm going to be showing you how does it look like if the lengths are not mixed. Okay, so if you are just doing, if your client tells you I want really long lashes, don't just place one length onto her eyelashes, because this is how it's going to look like. So let's say we're talking about size 12. Okay, this is all size 12s in here. Now, if you do bring slightly shorter lashes in between, it's gonna look slightly thicker. So this is a little trick in here. So all you need to do is to mix those longer lashes with the shorter lashes in between, and that gives you all the thickness. So you're gonna have, that's how it's going to look like. So we're gonna be mixing them with 11s, with 10s, with 9s. Okay, so go ahead and mix it. So compare those two pictures. Okay, so that's why it's really important to mix the length. Now also your natural eyelashes, they are not all the same, because we are going through those 3 different stages, what I said in a previous video: anagen, catagen and telogen. So some of them lashes gonna be really, really short, some of the lashes will be slightly longer, and some of them will be the longest one. So even your natural eyelashes, they don't have only one length, they don't have only one curl. Also, what you can see for some clients, if they sleep only on one side, you'll be able to see that those lashes, what she sleeps on the side, let's say the left side, those lashes in the outer corner will be nicely curled, because that's how they are used to, just to be resting on the pillow. So yeah, the natural lashes have got different length, thickness and curl as well. So go ahead and mix them all together. Just don't do one extreme to another. Don't be mixing B curl, which is really, really straight, or J curl, which is really, really straight, with, for example, DD curl, because I think that's just gonna be from one extreme to another. But what you can do in the inner corner, you can do J curl or B curl, and then you can slightly go for a curlier, what you can do then all C's. So that's the inner corner, that's the outer corner. Okay? So overall, if you want to just go ahead and buy only a couple of trays, what I would recommend, the C curl would be the most used. So if you want to just buy one tray, let's say, go for C curl. because that would be used the most. The lengths, what you're going to be using the most would be from 8 to 12, and the thickness of the lashes, I would say probably 0.15. So if you just want to go ahead and buy only one tray, okay, I think you're going to be pretty much safe with the C curl. The thickness would be 0.15s, and you can get yourself mixed tray, so you don't have to buy all those 4 trays, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, sorry. You don't have to buy all those 5 trays. You can buy one mixed tray, which is from, I think some of them starts from 7 all the way to 15, but some of them are from 8 to 14. So yeah, just go ahead and buy mixed tray, C curl 0.15, and I'm pretty much sure that you're gonna use the whole tray. Also, when we're talking about the D curl does not suit everyone. So if some of your clients will have hooded eyelid and you're gonna place D curl on them, I am quite positive that the D curl can actually tickle their eyelid. So try to choose, for example, C curl. Don't go as extremely curly. Also, depending on the brand, if you order D curl from one brand and then D curl from different brand, you're gonna notice that curls could be completely different. So sometimes have a look, because sometimes they can look kind of like quite over curled, which is not as good look, but obviously it all depends of the individual person. What do they prefer?